All right, good Monday morning, everybody. I'm Jared Klein coming to you live from the NBC29 Digital Desk with today's Morning Rush. Let's take a look at the top stories over on NBC29.com. Coming in at number 1, a story called My Gas Station, My Drug Dealer. At number 2, 2 dead and 2 injured in a Mount Jackson shooting. And at number 3, applications open for Charlottesville Homeowner Assistance Program. All right, let's get to our top story this morning. The trial of Travis Brown is set to continue today in Augusta County. Jury selection began on Friday. He's accused of killing 3-year-old Khaleesi Kuthriel. Her body has not been found despite an extensive search. Brown's girlfriend, Candy Jo Royer, is also charged in the case. She is set to go on trial in October. You have a couple extra days this year to apply for the Charlottesville Homeowner Assistance Program. The new deadline is next Friday, September 8th. The program helps low and middle income families make their mortgage payments. The exact qualifications, which include income and home value, change each year. That means if you applied last year, you need to check that you meet the requirements before reapplying. We have a link to the application over on NBC29.com. Deep fakes have become an increasing concern. They involve using someone's voice or face to generate bogus yet super realistic audio or video of them. And experts at UVA's Center for Politics are highlighting the potential dangers of using the technology to swing elections. Kara Ongwele with the center is urging action before it's too late. She says there needs to be a system in place for disclosing what has been created using AI so the public knows what has been manipulated. The Federal Election Commission has opened public comment on a proposal to ban deepfakes in campaign ads. And finally this morning on the local beat, a mentorship program at UVA aims to make transitioning to college a little easier for Hispanic and Latino students. The Latinx Peer Mentorship Group is student-led and coordinated through Multicultural Student Services. It pairs student volunteer mentors with rising first years. The mentors draw from their own experiences at UVA to inform and guide new students who may feel overwhelmed or alone during the first 6 months at the university. The peer mentorship program has a few more welcome events leading up to its big reveal on September 9th. That's when each mentor will be paired with a mentee. All right, now let's take a look at what's trending this morning with Jennifer.
Yeah, so a lot of, the soccer season fall soccer season is starting, and with the World Cup recently, Women's World Cup. So there's been more research about hitting the ball with your head, those headers as they call them in soccer, and how it's bad for the brain. My parents were like, absolutely not. When I played soccer, you will not hit the ball with your head.
Yeah.
But anyway, there's more research about how that can be potentially dangerous down the road, especially if it's repeated,
Even soccer balls don't really weigh that much when it's coming that fast at you.
And hard, yeah.
And hard, yeah. I was never good at, any sport really, but especially soccer, because when a ball's coming to me, I'm getting out of the way.
You dodge.
I'm dodging it. Good at dodgeball, but not any sport that involves like catching the ball or, I'm uncoordinated. But just any ball coming toward me, they're like, it's not going to hurt you. I'm like, it might.
Yeah, but I remember in soccer, it can get rough, and those balls, if they hit you, especially in the head or face, it can really
hurt.
Yeah, in general. But anyway, they're saying that more research has to be done, but it is something to think about, especially for parents, if you have kids, that sort of thing. Okay, so this is interesting. So the CD evidently is making a comeback among Generation Z. I threw all mine away.
I did too, and now I'm regretting throwing them away because I might be able to make money off of them.
So I enjoy vinyl, so I've actually been collecting vinyls, and I love that sound that it kind of makes, that staticky kind of sound, and that's been making a resurgence, and people are collecting those. But who would think that the CD would make a comeback? It's starting to.
Soon it'll be DVDs. It's just kind of, after a while, I think all this technology kind of resurges because people have an interest. People who didn't experience it when it was actually out have an interest in it.
But I just, I download and stream all to my phone. It's just so much easier.
I don't understand the appeal of I'll buy CDs just to have the physical copy of the CD. Just you know.
It's a great album.
Exactly, yeah. But just to listen to for fun.
Well, remember the books, the big books binders that we had with like all of our CDs? It was heavy.
Yeah.
I hated carrying that around.
Yeah, and you could only listen to one album at a time. You can't just skip around different artists.
Yeah, that's right. So anyway, evidently Generation Z is like, oh, these are pretty cool. So who knew, you know? But what's old is new again. All right, take a look at these penguins at the zoo in London. They are like trained to go up and get their annual like weigh-ins. It's all these animals. It's kind of amazing how smart they are. It's like, come on, it's time, and they kind of they know to go. I guess, well, treat. But anyway, it's kind of cute. Their annual weigh-ins, which I guess then it goes into a database that's going to be shared around the world with all these animals. But it's kind of neat and fun to kind of look at a zoo.
It's interesting how they measure the height of the tiger there.
Yeah, right. That's pretty clever. I wouldn't either. I mean, like, how do we do that?
Yeah.
So they're all getting measured and data collected. So, but yeah, look at them just kind of. Can you imagine the zookeeper? How do you know you've already weighed one? Are they tagged?
I guess you recognize them after a while of working with them. But
so pretty cute. So.
All right, thank you for that. Let's take a look at our 7-day forecast brought to you by Michael and Sun Cooling. We've got a high of 76 today with periods of rain throughout the day, and that rain chance is going to stick with us into tomorrow with a high of 82, but clearing out later in the day. It looks like a great week ahead with highs in the lower 80s, upper 70s, and a great Fridays after 5 is looking at for our Friday ahead of the long Labor Day weekend. I hope you guys have a great Monday out there. We'll see you again on NBC 29 News at noon. We're always live on NBC29.com.